just give me a second here. I'm making sure the stream is actually live and everything. Um, yeah, trying to do this without face recognition. Okay. So, let me see. Alright, that's very good. Oh, what's up? I see you. I'm actually surprised. Finally did the live stream. Test to see if the how loud I am on the mic with the mask is a bit challenging. Good to see you again. All right, so yeah, I need to do my intro real quick. All right, testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, that's not loud enough. Welcome. I'm gonna do this without the mask. Alright, so I chose to do the stream now because right now there's a typhoon outside, so there's no work for everybody tomorrow on the account of the rain and winds. It must be like noonish, late noon for you right now. All right. I got to. Okay. All right. So let me get on this page right here. All right. So today I am going to be ranking every game in Squid Game. I think I'm going to do two ranks for this actually. I'm going to do which ones were the most entertaining to watch in the show, and then afterwards I'm going to do the ones where I think I'd have the most chance of surviving. Simple ranking S, A, B, C, D. So there's five ranking categories here, but we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7. Whoops. Was that 11? Yeah, 11 different games. So now we'll figure out which categories they go in. Red light, green light. Yeah, let's start with red light, green light. So A tier. Ooh, red light, green light, rate A tier. Actually, yeah, I think you can't go wrong with red light, green light. It was the first game, and this episode really caught everyone's attention actually, because the first episode just hooks you. As soon as people see it, it just brings them into the world of Squid Game. So I could agree with that. As I don't think it's one of the more challenging games, but then again, you know, when the consequence of moving is being eliminated, shot, then I could see it being pretty challenging. So, all right, yeah, I'm fine with A tier for this one. Red light, green light. Second one, we'll go to Dalgona. I don't have my cookie in here actually, but yeah, I still have a triangle one. Keep it as a souvenir instead of eating it. All right, so Dalgona. Feel like it shouldn't be above red light, green light. I think the thing that made it interesting is how the main character actually survived it and got it out. So I think for now I'm going to put it in B tier. Put this in B tier. Or yeah, it's based on entertainment. I'm actually gonna I'm put it in C tier for now. Actually, put it in C tier. Okay. All right. Tug of War. I am going to put Tug of War into. It's either going to go in A or S. I'm going to put it in S tier for now, actually. This episode is actually pretty damn entertaining, and it's got one of the best cliffhangers I've ever seen in any type of like TV show or movie. When they take 3 steps ahead, you know that their team's gonna win. You just don't know how. So immersed into the scene, and it to just cut abruptly is quite awesome. So we're gonna put Tug of War into S tier. This is excellent because you got the stronger team, the physically stronger team, versus a team who has to rely on strategy because Tug of War is a game of strength essentially. So I found this one entertaining, and instead of being eliminated with the rifles, the consequence is falling off the stage here. So season 3 we had a lot of the falling off though, but and season 1 is quite unique. All right, next up we have Marbles. Marbles was really the 4th game. Yeah. All right. This episode definitely one of the best. Saddest as well. The actual game of Marbles though, because this is based on the games, not just like the episode, but the way the games were played. I'm actually gonna put Marbles in B tier because we saw Sangwoo, Ali, uh, Ilnam, was it Ilnam? Ilnam and Jihan. They all played I forgot the actual game's called, but they did like the odds and evens type game. That was quite interesting, but it's a little bit on par with rock paper scissors. And then everyone else they played like different variations, which is also pretty interesting. So the concept's actually pretty cool, but as far as entertainment wise, and the fun level of these actual games, I think it belongs in kind of B tier, and I might actually bump it down to C tier, since I just remember doing the games in the rest of the seasons as well. So just to keep it fair, All right, we have the glass stepping stones. This one definitely is going into A tier. Yeah, I'm putting this in A tier. I might put it into. I might switch Tug of War and glass stepping stones actually, because I think the concept of this having a 50-50 chance and everyone's like taking one step, I think is pretty interesting. This one was really fun to watch. How, yeah, Tug of War. They're both entertaining for the kind of the same reasons though, but I think Tug of War just slightly. So I'm gonna keep it here, and I'm actually gonna keep it behind red light, green light too. I think uh, you can never go wrong with red light, green light. It's classic. So classic they used it in both the seasons. All right, so next we have Squid Game. Squid Game. I wish we could have seen it played with multiple, because we get a glimpse of it in the beginning, and then we get the 1v1. So it kind of looks just like fighting. So where to put this? I think it could have made a better game if there's more people playing it. So I'm actually going to put this in B tier, which is unfortunate because this is the name of the entire show, the entire franchise. So, which also makes you wonder if multiple people survived, say Cybiok, if there's like 3 of them, would it be like a 2v1 type situation? What if, say, 10 people survived? Would it be 5v5? So I'm wondering about that. If there's odd numbers, you saying D tier for a Squid Game? Squid Game was kind of a letdown. Like I think it would have been better if there's more people playing it, but it's kind of just like a brawl, like a 1v1 fight, which it's not really like a childhood game actually, to be honest. So yeah, I'm actually okay with putting it back down, bumping it to D tier. And tense moment between the two characters, but the game itself, um, they could have used more people in the final round. You say no to Squid Game? it should have been way better than it actually was in season one, the Squid Game. I just think it needed more players in it. But you know, it seems like a difficult game to kind of understand too, if it's not part of your culture. Yeah, 5v5 would have been significantly better to watch five people versus five people in this combat. You get people eliminate each other, so maybe it turns into like a 3v5, and yeah, it sucks that we won't get that. Maybe in the American Squid Games, the final game will also be Squid Game, so maybe we'll get to see a 5v5 in that, which would be quite interesting if that ever does happen. So yeah, it goes in D tier. I'm wondering if the Squid Game is actually going to be the worst, which should not be ironic but funny, since it's the name of the franchise. So yeah, Squid Game goes down here for now. Mm, and I guess these are all the season one games. So out of all these, I'd say my favorite one. Ooh, yeah, I think my favorite one was Tug of War out of all the season one games. Tug of War, Red Light, Green Light, and Glass Stepping Stones, I think, were the best ones of the season. Z. Which one was your favorite out of this season? Because I put Tug of War as S tier because I found it the most entertaining to watch, but kind of feel the same way as Red Light, Green Light, and Glass Stepping Stones. And of course, yeah, I guess Squid Game was kind of the slacking in the entertainment department. All right, so we're gonna check out. Ooh, okay. So since season two, because they don't have it down here. Actually, I probably should have made my own list. If I made the tier myself, like I did with the last one, I probably would have put rock paper scissors stone or rock paper scissors -1. I'd also put the pentathlon games individually, and then I'd probably also put in. It's another one. Oh, the Netflix drama show, Squid Game: The Challenge. I actually think Squid Game: The Challenge had some interesting concepts on the games, like they did glass stepping stones, Dalgona and glass. Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. So you like the Dalgona game? It was pretty interesting. And then of course glass stepping stones. I definitely agree with that one. It's quite interesting, especially when people don't want to step forward, but you know why? Because it's like a 50-50 chance. But yeah, Squid Game: The Challenge, they did glass stepping stones as well, which they focus more on. They did this thing where everyone takes one 50-50 chance, so everyone is risking the same amount, and it gets kind of dramatic when one person doesn't want to move up. So I found that interesting. They had a live action Duxu and one of the players. They did red light, green light, of course. Not as entertaining because they had to stop for like 30 minutes at a time to confirm on the cameras who moved. Let's see. They did, yeah, they did Dalgona. I think the way they did Dalgona in Squid Game: The Challenge was pretty cool. How they selected who gets what door, who gets what shape. Marbles. I forgot what they did with marbles actually. But it was interesting how they did that episode. They tricked them. We'll talk about the challenge some other time. All right, and then Tug of War, they did battleships. All right, but on to season two's game. Six Legged is Z tier. Z tier. You'd put okay, Six Leg and Z tier. I don't know about that. Even the players, even the front man, he was cheering on during these games. Ooh, okay. Z tier for six-legged. All right, so on six-leg they had the was it Dakji? Or you flip the card, and then they had the throwing stone. They had the spinning top, the thing you have to kick, and then they have the I don't know what that game is, but you have to toss the shapes into the air and pick them up simultaneously. I think that specific game was interesting. The rest are kind of a little bit basic, which I guess is the concept. But I think the thing that makes it interesting is they're all tied together. So I'm not gonna put it in D tier. Sadly, I'm not gonna put it in D tier. I think I'm gonna put this one in B tier. I'm gonna put this episode in B tier. Uh, yeah. Actually, a lot of these games are the players aren't really attacking each other. Yeah. Well, I guess most of them the players aren't going to be attacking each other. Mingo, what do you think about Mingo? I'm curious about this one. This song's still stuck in my head, actually. Yep, I agree with that. Mingo's S tier. As soon as I saw this one, I was like, this is a pretty interesting game. Where they called a number, and you have to find that many people and go into a room and secure the room. So, episode was a highlight killer, and the game also killer. The song, A1. So yeah, I'm happy with S tier. Like out of all the games, Mingo's definitely it has to be in the top three. We'll see once we get the rest of them what where it ranks, but it's definitely in top three. Hide and seek. All right, hide and seek. Used to love hide and seek as a kid. This episode, blue team gets the keys to open up the doors, and then they potentially get to the exit. Red team gets the knives. They have to eliminate a player with their own hands. So this one, I think out of all of them, Squid Game, and then hide and seek. These are the main ones where you directly have to eliminate another player. So A tier for it. It was also one of the best episodes in the series. I think the game definitely deserves A tier. It wouldn't feel right putting it in B tier. I don't know about S tier though. I was missing something, but A tier definitely. I'll keep it there. I was gonna re-rank red light, green light since they did it twice. I think I can't decide if season 1 or season two's red light, green light was better. It was interesting since Gihan keep saying Gihan or Jihan. I'll say Gihan for now. Gihan had previous knowledge, so he can keep majority of the players alive. But it's also interesting when no one has any knowledge, so it's like a lot of anarchy you see in the players. Jump rope S tier? Let's see. I had a good time with jump rope. A lot of people said they didn't like jump rope for some reason. Let's see. Jump rope. I thought it was pretty intense, especially the way the other players played. So, yeah, I'll put it in S tier as well. Actually, theoretically, whoever was first across, they could have easily kept all the other players from reaching across as well. Yeah, I don't know why people didn't like this game. Maybe it was like, I mean, it's simple in concept, but when you add the element of falling to your doom, being eliminated, then it gets quite interesting. And then you have all the characters such as Minsu, Namgu, and I forgot the player who made it across. He's preventing the others from getting across. So I thought Jump Rope was pretty interesting. And on top of that, I think the song for Jump Rope was pretty cool. Almost up there with Mingo's song. Alright. And then, of course, the final one, Sky, Squid Game. Zay put it into D tier next to next to Squid Game. Between Squid Game and Sky Squid Game, which one do you think is goes at the bottom there? I mean, I feel like Sky Squid Game is better than Squid Game, especially since there's more people. And I imagine it's quite scary being pushed off. Hmm. Put it in D tier. Here, we're gonna put it above Squid Game. I think Sky Squid Game is better than Squid Game. I think for Sky Squid Game, I think the episodes were quite fine, and the way they were talking to each other and discussing who to push off or how to push off someone. I thought that was interesting. But the game itself was kind of meh. You just like pushing someone out. So I think the discussions and what happened in the episode were interesting, but the game itself wasn't. It could have been much more grand. Could have been grander. Yeah, Sky. Put it above. Put Sky above regular Squid Game. Yeah, that's a shame. Both the Squid Game games are at the bottom. And mainly this Squid Game's at the bottom because it only had 2 people in it. Sky Squid Game is here because why is it here? Essentially it's just the first one, but you're higher up and it's just pushing people off. Okay. Alright, so we'll keep this here. Dalgona I put in C. Not too action packed. I found a bit more entertainment with Six Leg Pentathlon. A lot of energy going on there. So that's why that's there. And then Marbles I put into B. I'd probably put Marbles behind Six Legged. Actually, here's what we'll do. Because the marbles themselves weren't as interesting. I think the Dalgana was more interesting than the marbles. Because I've never heard of honeycomb. So, or this concept of having to take the shape out of the rest of the cookie. So that part quite interesting. So we'll switch Dalgona and marbles. I'm gonna put Six Legged solid B. Stays right here. You say Sky Squid Game at C tier? C tier. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that as well. Damn, the regular Squid Game stays at the bottom. Okay. Curious, what do you think of between Marbles and Sky Squid Game? Which one do you think is better of the two? Probably Marbles. Let's see. Hide and seek, glass stepping stones, and red light, green light. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to see which ones in the tiers themselves is the best, since we got these 3. But which one should be like A1, which one's A2, and which one's A3. I'm just checking outside. There's a lot of rain. Left my helmet outside. I always do that. All right, so hide and seek, solid A. Ooh, these ones are hard because I liked all 3 of these. Red light, green light's a classic, so it's hard to move this. But I think for now I'll put, not for now. I'm going to switch glass stepping stones and red light, green light, just because, actually I'm not sure why. These ones are interchangeable in my eyes. At least these 2, hide and seek, I'd say is second to these 2. So it's hard to switch those, so I'll just keep those there. Alright, and then the S tier between Jump Rope, Mingle, and Tug of War. I think Mingle is the best game that they did. So Mingle, I'm gonna put an S tier at the top. I think this was my favorite game to watch among all of them. Tug of War and Jump Rope. I don't know which one I found more entertaining. I'm gonna I'm gonna say these ones are interchangeable. I like both of them, and I'm fine with this listing here. So at the very top, Mingle, best game. It's also got like the best song as well. And then Squid Game all the way at the bottom with Sky Squid Game second. And then, Tug of War and Jump Rope are tied for second. Or we could say first, second, and third. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, can I put these back down here? I cannot. Alright. So now I'm going to refresh. Oh no, it just gave me the same thing. Alright, hold on. Let me put my picture full screen. No capture, boop. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to Oh wow, I just found the button. It literally says reset. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain outside. It's getting pretty crazy. Because in about 30 minutes, that's when the storm over here is going to pass directly over the city I'm in. And that's going to be spooky, so. Oh, that's refreshing. Alright. I like how I wore this mask, but I'm not actually using the mask just because I can't be heard. Alright, so whoops. Where's the there it is. Alright, so now I'm going to re-rank the games based on how difficult they are, or how easy of a time I'd have in the games if competing against other players. Alright, so I'm going to go in order. Red light, green light. Not to sound too confident, but this is just running and stopping. At the very least, I'd take a majority of the time to get there just so I don't have too much momentum, end up stopping too late. I'm going to put this in S. I think red light, green light is it's easy to pass. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure this game is where most of the players get eliminated too. So, no, I'm in Southeast Asia right now. There's a storm. Where's the storm at? The storm is in the. Oh, I forgot what that the water is. It's in the area between the water between China and Taiwan. So there's that typhoon. I think it's Danis or Danas, Typhoon Danas. So that's gonna pass through, which is strange because it's coming from the west instead of the east where the Pacific Ocean is. So yeah, I'm in Southeast Asia right now. It's Monday morning around 4 a.m. That. Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about doing soonish, want to see how people would respond to doing a Squid Game outside, like a live Squid Game, because I have all the costumes and stuff, and then I have a lot of the games and everything, so I want to kind of conduct something like that. But that requires a whole lot of coordination, so we'll see if I end up doing that and collaborating with couple local people for that. Alright, Dalgona. This one, knowing the knowledge now, I think I could pass this one as well. I'd pick Triangle. So I'm gonna put this. I'm put this in A because there's still the possibility that I can mess up and break the cookie. All right, tug of war. Let's see, yeah, let me see myself. Yeah, I'm not very. Whoops. I'm not very strong, and I'm not very heavy. Fortnite. Is Fortnite cross? Is it cross platform? So I don't think I have it currently installed, but I do. I did play it on Xbox once upon a time. Probably is cross platform. I'm gonna put tug of war in C. I would not want to get into any physical games. It's not my specialty. Okay, Fortnite is cross-platform. What do you play on? Do you play on PlayStation, Xbox, PC? Marbles is 50-50. This one I'd put in. This one's A. I have a reasonable chance, but as much as everyone else, depending on the activity. Glass stepping stones. I'm gonna put this one in D because 50-50 chance I'm probably dying. I'd probably pick vest number like 14, 13 or 14. But odds are I'd still be risking my life. Oh, PlayStation. Okay. I'll install the Fortnite because there's a couple games that I want to install. But yeah, I can install Fortnite because I don't currently have it on my Xbox. But I definitely would be up to play some Fortnite. It's been forever though that I've played Fortnite. Like last time I played Fortnite, a lot of people are still doing the. Do they still build the giant towers, or is that something that doesn't happen anymore? Like where they jump and they're simultaneously building these high towers, and then you have another person also building a tower to kind of match up to them. Squid Game. This one goes in. I'll I'll put this in C tier. I think I could be the attacker, but maybe not the defender, because the attacker has to reach the other side. The defender has to prevent them. So I think I could evade, but at the same time, you're still versing someone, so it's dangerous. Six leg pentathlon. This one's dependent on other players, so I'm also putting this in C tier. A lot of these games, I don't think I could. Well, it's relying on other people essentially. Mingle. Oh yes, this one goes in A. Also because it's reliant on other people. I think I could pass this though, but it would be one of the more difficult games. Put it in B tier. It depends on how likable or popular you are. If you have no friends in this game, then it's gonna be difficult. Hide and seek. This one goes into B tier. I would prefer to be. I think I'd rather be the seeker, cause yeah, I'd rather be the seeker, cause I'm not player 120, so I would have a hard time defending myself against someone with a weapon. Versus if you're a seeker, you have a weapon, and you also are unlikely to be attacked by another player, unless you initiate the attack. So it would just be hard to kind of eliminate another person, essentially. Oh yeah, and then the Fortnite. I know there's like a Fortnite ID. Um, I was gonna say I have to check mine because I don't. I would like to add me so that the next time I'm on, would be able to play. Currently, one of the things I've been playing a lot has been Marvel Rivals. If you've heard of that one. See, jump rope. Yeah, I got jump rope in the bag. I got this. No explanation. You just jump. The only way I can see myself losing if there's some jerk at the other end preventing people from getting across. In that case, I'd probably be one of the first to go across. Actually, I wouldn't push anyone off. I'm just saying. I'm not one of those people. At least I hope not. If there's like $1 million on the line, and we already made it this far. I mean, this is right after hide and seek. What's pushing another person off? What's eliminating another player? Sky Squid Game. This depends on who, who the people I'm there with are, because this one is a lot of voting out, and it would suck to be pushed off somewhere high. This one's going in. I put this in B. These are the ones where I have a reasonable chance at living. These ones I have a good chance. These ones definitely, unless someone tries to eliminate me, makes it personal. C, definitely heavily dependent on someone else or their physical type of activities, which I wouldn't do so well in. Squid Game goes here. Glass stepping stones because this is like pure chance right here, and I don't like those odds. I don't like those odds. Red light, green light, easiest next to jump rope. Glass stepping stones and the six-leg pentathlon. Those ones I think would be among the most brutal. And then, of course, tug of war. I think I got a solid list right here. Okay. Let me check real quick. Alright, so here's my solid list, solid rankings, and of course, this right here. If I had to add anything else to this one, I'd probably put rock paper scissors -1 in the D tier because that's also based on chance. So I'm not comfortable with those odds. Are there any other games? No, I think that's all the games actually. All the ones at least played in Squid Game. So this is my ranking. I'm gonna end this here. Everyone who has joined in on the stream, thank you. Everyone who's watching afterwards, also thank you. If you can hit that like button for me on your way out, I'd appreciate that a lot. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next stream, probably wearing another mask. Until next time, peace out.